far as the best advice, that would be to help others to the greatest extent possible. I've practiced that throughout my time at the Catholic Church I belong to, as well as the credit union that I've done some volunteer work at, as well as the county government where I currently work at.
The best advice was to have patience and get along with people. Who gave me this advice? Everybody. Every book, every good person, but this advice is not easy to follow if you're not this way, which I may not be.
Hi, my name is Yvonne Diaz and I live in London. One of the best piece of advice, it's something actually I read, is not to let this disease stop you from making future plans and having hopes and dreams.
I have to say I've received a lot of good advice over the length of my almost 59 years. But the one that I always remember and that I think about quite a bit was from a ship captain that I sailed with. And he was a lovely man, great captain. He'd been a captain for, 25 years, I guess. Anyways, he told me while I was keeping the watch, I was the second officer on the ship, to keep it between the anchors. And to this day, I don't know how you can't keep it between the anchors, because that's indeed where the helm is, and you steer the ship from, and between the anchors in the middle. But is it more symbolic? A lot of good questions, a lot of deep thought, so much so that I'm still thinking about it 30 years later.
I would say the best advice I'd ever been given is to not worry about what you can't control, because you just never know what the outcome could be. It could be positive, it could be negative, but who knows? Don't spend time worrying about it when you can live your life and be happy.
Love Jesus with all my heart, to put him first and to give him control over anything that's going on in my life.
Keep your family first. Keep them as the priority, set limits, set boundaries with everything else in your life. And so yeah, I definitely live by that.
Get rid of all of your negative people in your world. So guess what? I lost some friends and family members, but I'm still alive after almost 9 years, so it worked.
When I was 16 years old, my father was teaching me how to drive. He gave me some really good life advice, which was, you should always know how to change your own tire. Well, I actually like for other people to change my tire for me, but the advice he was giving me was really good. It was, always know how to get yourself out of a pickle.
The best advice that I ever got was from my friend's mother, who said, don't wait for anybody else to have fun for you. You have to make your own fun. And I have taken that advice my whole life, and I don't wait around for anybody to do it. I do it. Works great.
The best advice I ever had was from my wife in the hour after I was diagnosed, when I was in shock. And she told me, you're not going to scream, you're not going to cry, you're simply going to live. And I've been living by that simple motto for the last 7 years, and I'm doing great.
I used to get a lot of really good advice from my grandma, who passed away a few years ago, but this is advice that I read, and I really try to live by it, which is to always assume best intentions. Assume if somebody's in a bad mood that they have a reason for it, or assume if they make a decision that they were trying to do the right thing. And I just think it helps life, helps you not be so frustrated, and just really try to be more understanding. I don't always do it, but I try my hardest.
So the best advice I've ever received was, do not ever divorce me, because you will never find anyone as attractive as I am. That advice.
It's true, honey.
The best advice I ever got, and I didn't think it would ever be relevant as it is now, was from Jimmy V's speech on the ESPYs. It's his patented never give up speech. I actually got a keychain from my wife after my diagnosis that says "Never give up," and that just really resonates. It doesn't matter whether you're talking about fighting cancer in your job or just chasing passions and pursuits in life.
Best advice I received probably was the one from an oncologist in Milan, Dr. Maria Chiara Garassino, who told us to reach the ALK Positive international group on Facebook.
Best advice I ever got, communication doesn't happen all in words, mostly in body language.
Was from my mother. She told me, be careful who you hang out with, so choose friends wisely. But she didn't say spouses, so I don't.
I view the smiley face as my most used emoji. The smiley face is an expression of positivity, and I feel that this emoji helps to make people happy. Also, before the days of emojis, I would put a smiley face on notes I would write to others, such as our 3 kids. I feel that being positive is so important to all of us, so we'll continue to use the smiley as much as I can.
My favorite emoji would be the smiley face to show appreciation.
Smiley face, different variations of smiley face, smiley eyes, smiling, slightly smiling, more smiling, gleaming, smiling, and folded hands like this. Folded hands came about when I joined ALK Positive support group, Facebook group. Joined you, my friends. Then I often put this when I read posts and reply, but otherwise smiley face. Why? Sometimes to make me look maybe softer, better than I am. I'm smiling, but normally, or a joke. Yeah, I use it in jokes. Just sometimes, maybe to break an ice, or maybe to avoid misinterpretation. If I say something and maybe interpreted as so not as happy comment or something, then smiley face here.
The one that looks like a little party goer. I don't know what else to call it. Anytime there's someone with a birthday on Facebook, I always wish them a happy birthday, and I always use that same emoji for it.
I guess I'm largely ignorant of what you call each emoji or how to even figure that out. But I like using the strong emoji with the arm up, the cool emoji with the glasses, and of course the love emoji to express, support and love for those that you're communicating with.
I have emojis on every single text, which probably annoys people to no end. I like the heart emoji, the pink one. I like the smiling and laughing, but mostly laughing. I'm always laughing. And I often use the eye roll, which is probably not nice. It probably doesn't actually go with my advice from before. But I definitely like emojis and use them all the time.
My favorite emoji would have to be the heart emoji. Single hearts, double hearts, heart eyes. I use them to let people know that the message, the picture, whatever we're exchanging, it touched me. And I know some people think it's cheesy and insincere, but for me, heart is everything.
What's my favorite emoji? Well, basically it's the wink because I like to tease.
I would have to say the like button because I like a lot of things. I do not like cancer.
My favorite emoji is definitely the smiley face of the sun, because just in case no one knows that you're really happy to hear from them or whatever, or your answer seems kind of short, and they might think, oh, they're not interested. The smiley face always makes people happy and know that you like them.
I would say it's like that face with the eyes, which means to me is like, really? Like, kind of like sarcastically, kind of use that a lot.
I feel like I overuse it. Well, I use a heart all the time. Red heart, red heart, red heart. And also that face of the crazy eyes. Because I'm always saying something off the wall or something off the wall is happening in my life. Why I'm hiding out at my parents' house right now.
Honestly, I have two emojis that I use a lot. The first one is the one with the big smile and lots of teeth. And the other one is the thankful one, because they represent my way to be.
I'm actually wearing them. The heels. The reason is that these are weapons, and every girl should always have a weapon.
Either the 3/4 tilted laughing emoji or the eyebrow raise ones. That's just kind of my reaction to a lot of the text messages and interactions I have with people.
Thumbs up.
What is an emoji?
If I could have any skill at all, naturally, I'd want to be an ALK positive lung cancer researcher, so I could be one of the people there helping to find a cure or a next treatment. But besides from that, I've always wanted to sing, and I have a terrible singing voice.
If I could be patient and get along with people, be likable, like my wife, because everybody respects and likes her extended family, neighbors, her co-workers. And if I could be, I don't know what Gina was in her family or with her friends, but I just can't help thinking that she was a very, very kind, patient person. So, like Gina or Lara, I just mentioned those who I saw and heard in our Zoom meetings, who I dealt with, encountered, and who maybe made me a little better person. So the ability to get along with people and more patient, and also get good at pickleball.
I would want to be amazing at technology, because right now I'm not, and it's very frustrating.
If I could be a master handyman extraordinaire, that would be awesome.
Heal all my friends.
But I think I would come back as an oncologist, and my magical skills would be just like you, healing, but I would do it through the medical profession of healing versus playing a doctor on Zoom.
If I could be magically good at anything, I don't know. It's a toss-up between singing and dancing. But the truth is, these days, I just want to be able to speak clearly and be understood.
Simply cooking properly, maybe like a chef. I'm just hopeless at cooking and have been for decades.
To be able to tell what people are thinking or feeling. I think I'm pretty good at reading people in terms of body language and what they're experiencing, but to be able to see or know what they're actually thinking or feeling would be really interesting for me.
I would like to be a researcher and understand perfectly immune system and find a cure for ALK positive lung cancer.
So if I could be amazing at any skill, I would have a bladder of steel. I would never have to urinate.
Why, honey? Why?
Well, because I'm a teacher and I never have time.
All right, if I had a special skill, it would be to cure cancer. Duh.
I'd like to be a surfer so I can maneuver through undetermined and unpredictable waves through my journey.
If I could be amazing at a skill, I would choose singing because I love to sing, but I have zero skills doing so. And I would just sing all day, every day if I were amazing at it.
What skill do I want to improve? Probably mountain biking. Definitely mountain biking.
it would definitely be artistic ability. I love art. I love going to museums and looking at paintings and sculpture and photography, and that's what I would love.
Well, that's a hard one. I guess the skill I'd love to have would be the ability not to focus on cancer as much and, live more of an involved life outside of the world of medicine. I'm kind of tired of listening to doctors and taking medication all the time.